Hello and welcome to today's DoDEA eSports Pacific broadcast. We've got 4 teams ready to compete in 2 games here today. We're going to be starting with a Rocket League game and then moving on to Valorant as teams from all across the Pacific region compete together, all for a good cause, to support our nation service members, families, as they spend time overseas at various military bases. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Zach Munson to call all of the action for you here tonight. Zach, why don't you introduce us to the 2 teams that we're going to be seeing first here?
So first we got Osan versus Edgren, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. The Cougars versus the Eagles, 2 very valiant animals.
Yeah, not just, well, that's one way to put it. But yeah, Osan currently located in South Korea versus the Edgren Eagles in northern Japan here. And like I said at the beginning, all of these teams are in current various schools located on military bases around the Pacific region, as service members sometimes have to have their families in close range. This type of event gives these teams a good chance to experience something they never have before. For a lot of these players, it's their first time in a competitive esports setting. It allows them to compete against each other in a unified league. So it really is nice to give these often these middle school and high school students the opportunity to engage in something fun, whereas so much of their lives is dedicated to living far away with their family. It's just great to give them that opportunity.
It's such a cool just concept kind of in general that these people are going to be able to get kind of the same opportunity, like you said, of just most other kind of standard high schools will offer. And it's cool to be in like a league where it's only other kids in that kind of similar situation where they can kind of get together and bond over a shared experience.
Well, we've got a Rocket League match on deck, as we said, of Osan versus the Eagles versus the Panthers, as you said. This will be a best-of-7 match, so we'll see how these 2 teams fare here in our debut of the DoDEA eSports Pacific League for 2024-25.
They're going to need to get into this one quick. It's a best-of-7, so getting an early lead is really going to kind of cause a great sort of advantage moving into the next rounds. It's pretty much just the first of 4 is going to win it.
Off we go. The first kickoff doesn't quite go in either team's direction. I already got to commend these 2 teams on their choice of different stages. I have seen way too much DFH Stadium, Champions Field over and over and over again. So to change it up with a very nice thematic stage to play on, ooh, I definitely tip my hat to them. As Asian Dan will be first on the board with a quick one for Osan.
It's where you want to be. 4 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. A point already in their favor is going to kind of put the Eagles on the back foot here, but they're not kind of willing to slow down yet. They're really taking the ball straight towards the Cougars' net here, but it's going to be valiantly defended.
Continuing onwards, we have the ball in midfield up for grabs for either team. We're going to get a touch from Luke's as... oh, the follow-up coming in through here will tie it up. Edgren gets themselves on the board with the equalizer.
Just as fast as they'd gotten a single point, it's taken right back, and now we're back to an even game. Not really too common that you see goals go this direction this quickly. So fast, it's already 1-1, and it's gonna kind of come up to the next one. Ethan with a good look, not quite on the net, as Lucas also hits it over, and it's gonna be kind of pushed away. And now the Eagles are on the back foot as the Cougars' attack is mounted forward. A shot a little bit to the left isn't going to kind of come up with anything, and it's going to be pushed right back out towards the middle. Really going both ways here. Nice shot on the goal. And it's going to go in. A little anticlimactic with the celebration there, but a point is a point nonetheless.
Actually, that's one of my favorite celebration emotes right there. Just a little... at the very end is always very nice. Nice shot into the backboard off the kickoff. Luke's coming in to try to get the save. He'll be successful in that. Now tries to start his clear. Nice block from Asian Dan. Will make his job just a little bit harder, but that was a nice pass over to Bio right there. Ethan now trying to pass it to Luke's for the shot on goal, and almost goes in. Now off the crossbar again, but you can tell this team's communicating with each other, calling out their shots and passing to each other pretty effectively.
The Eagles' attack is just relentless on the goal. As soon as you think they're out of it, another person comes flying in, but still stopped at every turn. Cougars just trying to get this ball cleared up from their side of the field, but Bio's not going to let that happen. Push over towards the middle. CTF gets a chance to get it out, and Watermaster's going to end up hitting it away. But it's coming right back.
Oh, follow up.
Almost. Good save there, as well as a good shot. Not really getting too much of a chance to look in, and finally the ball might be cleared, but it just seems to be staying on the Cougars' side this entire game now. Lucas is going to have a nice chance. Good aerial, hits it right over to Ethan, who's going to hit it high, and it just manages to slide right in between two defenders. Good shot.
We're about halfway through the game, 3-1 with Edgren currently leading. Ethan now with a touch on the ball, pass off to mid. Lucas, nice, up the wall, and it's in toward the goal, and they'll collect on it. That was clean.
Looks like the Eagles are now kind of running away with this one a little bit. 1-4 with 2 minutes on the clock. A lot of time burned on that third goal. We're going to need to see a couple more go the way of the Cougars just as quickly as that if they're looking to get back into it. And still the attack is relentless. A shot almost goes in. Two people are almost forced to defend. Good aerial and even better finish there. 5th goal on the board for the Eagles. And Ethan's page there, his medals are looking a bit staggering. He's really taken over this game.
Oh, and it might just trickle in again. Last minute save there by Asian Dan. Watermaster trying to chase after this one, gets one touch, but immediately Bio answers him back, and the pressure just continues on from Edgren, and another one will be scored now. 6-1, getting up to Brazil territory here.
Almost. One more for the Eagles, and the faded scoreline is in. Ethan again makes these aerials look so easy. Asian Dan almost gets a look back the other way. Sadly, it's not quite there as Ethan's going to block it. Cougars finally a bit of an attack, but Bio quickly shuts it down. And time's ticking ever slower. 5 goals in a minute 30 is almost unattainable, but they could still get a good look in here if they get a couple quick. Asian Dan's going to try and get that to happen. A little scuffle around the ball here is going to kind of lead it to be popped up, and this might be a nice looking setup for the Eagles. Ethan's going to tee it up and kind of almost playing volleyball here. Oh, good shot from Bio. Almost goes in, but it bounces off the left. It goes high, though, and look who's there. Watermaster just barely takes it out. Oh, the fight's coming back, but not quite. Now only 45 seconds left. It's not looking great here for the Cougars anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they have to score a goal, every 5 seconds now, which is, unless they're getting them time after time again on the kickoff, is just going to be a really hard task to achieve. Lucas plays one off the wall. Now Ethan making his way up the field. Lucas goes in for another touch, and they'll have the follow-up. Oh, won't get the shot on board. They're still one short of making it an actual Brazil. 20 seconds left.
Really great job of killing the clock here, and there it is. There's your scoreline that you were looking for, the 7-1. Again with Ethan, so many goals, so many shots on goal, all assists. He's kind of just racking up everything here. Eagles doing a great job of not only getting goals, but they're killing a lot of time. They might just get one more just because, but it looks like they're trying to stall it out now. Run it up the side, Ethan keeping it nice in there, and it's just going to hit the ground and spell a victory for the Eagles on the first game in our best of 7.
And I think the one thing we really saw from the Eagles there more than anybody was just the very clean passing and being able to call out the shots and the attentions to the teammates. You know, when you clear and you pass, it has to be a clear and pass with a purpose, and making sure that there's a teammate there to follow up on your play is always a great way to make sure that happens.
The rotations and the timing from the Eagles as well kind of never really let the Cougars get a break. It was almost just a perfect cycle. As soon as one person would be done with their shot, another person would come in. It just caused them to be on their side of the field almost the entire time and never really get an attack of their own.
So for Edgren, that's 1 down and 3 to go. They still need to pull off 3 victories, and best of 7s, you never know what can happen with that attrition that starts to set in as the game goes on, but it could bite both teams equally. Sometimes the trailing team, just as things go on and they're already a few games behind, things just start piling on top of each other, but I've seen plenty of times also a leading team just, usually it's around that 2-win mark, I would say, where things just start to become shakier and shakier and the game becomes a lot more even. So we'll see if that happens in the second game that we're going to get into with Osan versus Edgren, Eagles versus the Panthers, as we head on down to yet another beautiful stage. Normally in best of sevens, we don't see this until stage 6, I believe. So if it goes to a game 6, which doesn't always happen, so being able to just travel all around this beautiful Rocket League world is certainly appreciated.
Early start now kind of goes the way of Osan, but it's kind of taken back immediately, and this is the kind of ball dominance here that we've seen from the Eagles. Already an aerial, a shot on. Ethan coming back to set it up. Bio in the back misses it, and this is going to be a beautiful chance here. But Lucas is already back. He's so quick to save. Same with Ethan. The defense, not only is the attack on point, but the defense is on point too. And it's going to be cleared out safely back towards Osan's net.
Nice little save there. Push it off to the corner. Osan now trying to find some sort of way to get there clear. Moves on in, blocked by Lucas. They've gotten it to mid now. Ethan will get a touch on it. Now, coming in hot. Edgren shot on goal, and they'll find it lower right.
Bio just came sprinting in from the back right. A nice aerial. It seemed like no one was really there to match it either. No one in the backfield is going to leave that perfectly open for him, and a beautiful shot as well. Look, he's setting it up for Ethan. It's kind of the passing we're talking about. Set up perfectly again for Bio, but this time it's tipped out right in time. But look who's on it again. It's the Eagles, just perfectly there every time. Lucas is going to kind of bump this one into the middle, looking for a nice setup. He's going to hover it right up in front of the goal for Ethan. It's not quite there in time, and it's going to kind of bounce out. Back to the middle now, and there's a chance for Osan to bring this one back kind of to the other side of the field, away from their own net that it's kind of been locked towards for the entire game so far.
Closing in on the 3-minute marker, and a lot of pressure is still being placed against Osan as they're left trying to find their clear. Asian Dan going to move in, try to get the touch on that, but flies right over him, and Lucas now gets the second goal for Edgren.
Tip just a little bit unfortunate there as we go to 0-2, but with 3 minutes left, there's plenty of an opportunity for something to happen here. If they move it back the other way, it's just been trapped here so long. Look at this, another tip towards the middle. Ethan almost gets a shot at it, but Asian Dan's there, and he's going to kind of bounce it away, form an attack of his own. Lucas is going to tip it towards the middle. There could be a chance here for CTF, who isn't able to get it quite yet. Bio now, look at this pass. It's perfectly towards the middle. It's popped right above the net. That's exactly what you like to see, but Bio hits it a little bit too high, but it was still a great look. And just really on the back foot here is Osan, not really getting a chance to breathe. Well, finally they're able to clear it out.
Lucas now elevates up, gets one touch, pass to Ethan, and they're heading right toward the goal yet again, and we'll pile another one on. 2 minutes, 15 seconds now left in game 2. Next kickoff on deck. Lucas seemed like he was waiting for some sort of fake out, was a little unsure of that one himself, but manages to get possession. Oh, this great shot coming here from Lucas. Ethan now just to put it in, and Lucas has it as everyone commits for Osan, leaving the goal open.
It's like a choreographed dance there almost from the Eagles as well, the way that they kind of almost had a triple pass perfectly to set it up. The shot wasn't quite hard enough, but the ball manages to bounce in, and look at that. Whoa, set up quite nice, but Ethan doesn't really have enough boost to get anything done there. It's back towards the middle. A good look at the open goal, but Eagles kind of just willing to kill some time here, not really try and run up the score too much. As I say that, they get a nice shot towards the middle, though this might be a point. It's able to be cleared out, but I don't imagine too much is there. Asian Dan just barely isn't able to get the touch, and Lucas is going for an aerial play. He's got it set up nicely. CTF is there, though, and he's forced to kind of hit it down. Pass it over to Ethan, who's going to bump it right towards the middle. Is anyone there? Is anyone there at all? It looks so uncomfortable, but CTF able to reorient himself and save it out from the goal, although he gets punished with a demolition.
Well, we just got about one more minute left before we can put this match out in Deadeye Canyon out to pasture, and things already looking really good for Edgren to get a fifth. Oh, misjudges the shot on goal there. You can see the only goalie Osan had. That'll make it 5-0 now.
Only a minute left. I don't really imagine this is going to go the way of Osan here, but maybe they can get a nice look, maybe get something going, some of the communication and passing flowing, and this can carry over into the next games, because it is 1st to 4. Lucas with a high pass. The support was there, but not quite. That would have been a beautiful goal to hit. And time now just ticking. Ball's kind of rolling on the ground. Lucas is looking to set something up here. And there he is. Ethan coming through the backfield, perfectly teed up. Ball's just set right in front of him, and he's able to slam it right in.
Very clean work, and now 30 seconds left in this game. Things looking very certain for Edgren. Osan might just try to get one goal, maybe just to help reset mentals going into game 3. Right now, Star has the ball, but bad touch off of the wall will let the ball just trickle away from him. And 3 seconds left, we'll just count this one out, and Edgren has another win, this time even better scoreline, 6-0 for Osan.
You're really going to need to get something going here, as it's just kind of been complete domination so far from the side of Edgren. Nothing's really gone the way of Osan at all, and coming into the next game, you're really going to need to reset and just kind of try and talk out why things are going wrong in the short amount of time you have, and kind of try and get an attack of your own. As you can see from just the medals of each team, it seems like Osan's just kind of been stuck in their goal almost the entire time, and all the shots, all the passes, all the goals obviously have been on the side of Edgren.
Yeah, when you get all 3 of your players kind of clustered up in the goal like that, it gives the other team free rein to have no resistance whatsoever to the game plan. And we already have established that Edgren is a team that likes to pass to each other, likes to coordinate in their offensive pushes. So even though I know they're pushing a lot of shots on goal, and it can be scary to just leave one goalie there, but having even just one player going up to disrupt the passers and demo can really reap benefits. What I want to know most often as we head into game number 3 is, what stage are we going to be brought to this time? Because it's exciting where every stage is on the Champions Field. Yay! I've never seen this one before. There's the Hot Wheels variation of Champion Field we could have seen.
That probably would have been a little bit cooler, but the tried and true the classic stage.
Man, we were we had Nighttime Beckworth, and then we went on to Deadeye Canyon, and now we're just back to Champions Field. Complacency rules the day. All right, I'll stop complaining. Any field is fine for the team that wins. Right now, Osan off to a promising start, has a good push up here into Edgren territory, and just kind of loses the ball there. Lucas now with possession. See here, he has free reign to dribble the ball as he wants. Oh, nice air dribble in there by Lucas. Someone's been practicing.
He's been trying to set that up the past couple games. He's looking for his moment off the wall, and he might get it soon. Ethan maybe taking his. Look at that coordination to push the ball towards the goal, and it looks perfect for Ethan.
Woo.
Wow! An aerial at their own goal with a pass to pinch the ball towards the goal, and a nice finish. Coordination of Edgren is looking great.
Oh, that's what I want to see right there. That's a beautiful kickoff shot.
Asian Dan finally finds the counter to the coordination, and it's just to thread the needle right off the kickoff. Gonna tie this at 1-1, and that's a good look. One of the best that they've gotten all day, and they're gonna take the goals that they can get here. And that one might be another one if they don't get in front, but Lucas is able to stop it before it gets out of control. Look at this aerial from Ethan. Nice and high, and it's set up perfectly again, right above the goal, and almost taps in. Look at the support. The support's right on time. And Robert at D. Edgren High School gonna take that one right back.
Shot into the corner of Edgren's half. They answered back pretty quickly as now Osan finds themselves fighting in their corner. A bit of a double commit there, leaves the goal open, but they don't,
Not able to find it.
Still a scary situation as a back pass comes through to Lucas. Now Ethan moves in trying to take it away. Lucas keeps the ball dribbling and, a very good touch. Leaves the ball set up for another goal.
Lucas there kind of reads which side the save's going to be on, and he puts himself right there. The ball might have gotten saved there from Watermaster if Lucas wasn't there so quickly. Now with third on, look, he's going for his aerial, his moment. Not quite able to get it, but Ethan's going to set it up for him again. They're almost just hitting choreographed dances here in the goal. CTF says no, he's going to push this one back and, get a nice look towards the goal. Whoa! Oh. Just barely not able to be converted to an actual point, and the attack is right back on from the Edgren Eagles. Everyone's here. 3 people pushing over towards the ball is going to leave it nice and open for a little tip-in from Ethan. Now 1-4 with 3 minutes remaining.
2 minutes, 57 seconds. Oh, nice kickoff. This has been Osan's strength. When they score goals, it's usually off the kickoff, but now that the follow-up has come through for Edgren, they've got their work cut out for them. Shot, follow-up almost achieved, but double commit also there and trying to get the clear.
Oh, it's perfectly in the air for Lucas. Just a bit overshoots it, and now it's Ethan's turn off the backboard as the support and co. It's not. Bio's kind of been playing goalie this whole time. And
nice.
just barely gets saved by Lucas there. A little bit of a commitment, didn't quite go their way. And now it's back towards the blue goal once again. 3 are over here in support. Ball's going to get tipped right towards the middle. Is Bio there in time? He's not quite there. And finally a look from Osan, but it goes a little bit to the right. We're kind of reset back in the middle. Look at that right there. But CTF, he's going to hit it back the other way, and this might go in. Ethan maybe even gives a little helping hand there. Now 2-4. It's not unattainable from Osan.
Certainly not. 2 minutes to make up 2 goals. I've seen that plenty of time in these matches. But a nice beat on the 54. Lucas gives Bio some room to work with, or Ethan. Either one of them could make the shot. Bio just waiting for the right moment, places the shot. It's wide into the back corner. Osan goes chasing after it. Ethan just waiting for the clear. A bit of a demo coming out there, but stop the clear from going through. Now Osan left defending again. They moved up too far, and they'll get scored on from Edgren.
Lucas this time taking over. Normally it's Ethan with most of the shots and the goals, but this map has been Lucas's. I think he still wants to get his kind of star moment with the aerial here. He's going to get a nice little touch up, straight centered, and the ball finally back in the corner of Edgren, but so many people up. If the ball gets past here, this might be bad for Osan. They kind of have to race back. And it looks like it might have beat the defenders, but Asian Dan just able to save it before things get out of control. And we're kind of reset here with only a minute left for Osan to make up 3 goals. They're going to get a chance here, but not quite, as Lucas is going to clear it back. And now the ball's popped right up into the middle. Anyone can take this one, but it's just going to stay in the corner here. Lucas now able to move it up. Just tipped out. Bounces off the top.
As an old friend of mine would say, is that a regulation-sized goal or what? Crossbar comes in clutch, and sometimes overcommittal can come in clutch for the trailing team as well. Edgren just moves too far up the field, allows a free goal for Osan, and now this is a game again. 2 goals, 35 seconds left.
Just got to get this one to overtime. But they're kind of stuck in the back of their goal here. Look at that shot, though. Lucas is trying to get back and beat it, and he can't. Can't get in the way, and now Osan might have a chance here. 24 seconds, and we know they're good at kickoffs. Will they be able to
already going in? Gets first contact, but Edgren just was in a pure blocking mentality.
Set up almost for Asian Dan to get a beautiful shot. Ball straight in the middle, but now it's going towards their goal. What an aerial, but Lucas saves it from him. Maybe thinking it was going to be a little bit higher. Not quite, and
that is a huge ouch. He blocked his own teammate's shot. Had he just left it alone, it would have gone in. And now looks like we're actually going to head to overtime here between Osan and Edgren. Unless this buzzer beater can be scored. They're trying for it, but no, it hits the ground and we're off to OT.
See if Osan can maybe get something. No, not quite. I mean, the kickoff goes their way, but Lucas is right there and he's dribbling it over. A nice pass right to his teammate. Look at that coordination. Just as quickly as overtime started, it's gone, and now it's a 3-0 lead for the Eagles.
And a great chance to close things out at game number 4, the absolute fastest that a best of 7 can go. And it actually happens a lot less frequently than you would think, because just having so many games in the match, usually a trailing team manages to get one win in there. I mean, we saw Osan come very, very close in just that last game.
Yeah. One thing to note, though, is even when Osan's up, it seems like a lot of the time it's not through the coordination to the level of Edgren maybe, but just kind of mistakes from the other side, which is just unfortunate, as it almost means that they're not really almost taking control of the game. But I mean, they are taking opportunities when they get them, and that's obviously something that you want to be doing. Another cool thing to note is I like how the players are kind of repping their country flags on their cars. I've noticed a few of them, and I always like that, you know, a little bit of respect towards their country.
Yeah, respect toward the country they're in, and also respect to just our service members who are fighting right now, just helping to keep our country safe. Always great to help them, and the great organization that puts all these events on, the USO. A very big gratitude for them for giving these families the opportunity to compete. We got one more game left, one more chance to see an interesting stage. It's been forever since I've seen Urban Central, the train station. I want to, okay, Neo Tokyo, hey, that's not bad. You know, one of these teams, I mean, hey, they're already in Japan, granted northern Japan, so a little bit of ways from Tokyo, but there are actually 3 teams in the DoDEA eSports Pacific League that are based out of Tokyo, or in the Tokyo Metro.
You're gonna have one last chance to make it not as sweet. Osan gonna have to rally back here, and already the attack is on. This time the ball getting a little scuffle here in the middle, kind of still leads it towards Edgren, who are able to take it back, but Watermaster's gonna clear it over, and this is gonna get centered here in a second. Bio flying through, isn't able to touch it, but Lucas is. Clears it back, and he's gonna get it nice and centered. Is anyone there? But no, Watermaster is there faster. Bio now back towards the goal again. Dan's gonna have to stop this, but doesn't even come that far, as we're kind of getting off to a bit slower of a start than normal here. Lucas wants to set it up for his teammate, but no one's quite in tow, and now Osan get a good look. Wow, that was all CTF. He stole that one away and just dribbled it right in. That was a beautiful play for him, and Osan finally get the lead to start the match.
Like I said, in these best of 7s, it can be hard to keep that momentum going before you start making mistakes yourself. Now Ethan back pass to his own goal. That was a very dangerous thing to do right there. I don't care if it's to your teammate. Oh. All right, Osan still with the lead. Oh, but a crucial miss there. It bounces off the back post.
Lucas, he's gonna set it up now. Look at that. Beautiful pass. He actually has to beat 2 defenders there as well, and he's able to do it. Get it perfectly centered for his teammate, and it's now back 1-1. No one even commits to the kickoff there from the side of Edgren. That's interesting, but luckily they don't get punished for it. A demolition, though, might punish. Osan just misses. Lucas really wants to hit these aerials these games. You can just tell he's looking for it. Back towards the middle, 3 defenders all go for it, and that might leave the goal wide open, and it does. Now 1-2, just taking advantage of the overcommitment from the defense there. A great play.
Ooh, nice positioning by Lucas to stop the early kickoff. And now left, trying to center it, block by one from Osan, but they need to turn that into a full-on clear. Lucas packs back to Ethan. They both try to pinch it between themselves for a shot on goal. Good opportunity here, and they collect.
An interesting
Edgren now up to 3.
It's a good shot from Ethan. It wasn't even at a really great angle to capitalize, but he just gets it done with that little spin move. Lucas, of course, it's him in the air. He wants it. He's going to pass it right to Ethan. Look at that tip. They've been trying to set this up all game, and it almost works again. This setup from Edgren, they have one hit the aerial, then another where they pinch the ball towards the goal, then they have the third person in wait. They've gone for it a few times, and it always looks good. I think Lucas is just going to get that one in, but no. It's finally blocked out by Watermaster. And the ball is now going to be set up kind of nicely for any sort of play. Asian Dan looks for it, Watermaster also, but now they're kind of forced back to their own goal as the push comes the other way. Actually, they get a nice opportunity. CTF just a little to the left of the goal there. Isn't able to get the look that he wants. And now Ethan's going to get his turn at a look. Tap towards the middle. It's kind of it's not quite blocked. It's a little high. The third player's not quite there though.
Now Bio playing off the wall. Oh, that's a great pass there to Lucas in midfield. And had that shot just been a little bit straighter, that would have been another goal. But either way, as long as they maintain this side control and keep pressuring Osan, preventing any clears, they'll walk their way to a pretty casual 4-0 sweep.
They do have a chance to get this one back though. A minute 32 goals. We saw him do it last game to get to the overtime.
Oh,
Lucas, look at it. He finally almost got his play, but he almost gets blocked by his teammate there. Ethan was going for a pass. Not quite there, and now it's back the other way. Seems like Edgren getting a little bit ahead of themselves. This one isn't quite out of the woods yet.
Yeah, it's been their biggest Achilles heel, the overcommittal on their offensive pushes. Lucas seems a bit unsure of himself, trying to fake out someone, puts it on the backboard, the follow-up, it goes through!
That's back-to-back kickoffs, or one team just kind of lets the other one set the tempo there, and although it doesn't result in a goal from Osan, it does for Edgren. Look at that tap. Ethan's going to get a quick shot on the goal. It's right above, and look at that aerial. Perfectly just floats right into the top right of the net. 2-5 with 1 minute is a little bit less attainable now for Osan, but they still have a chance. But they got to get something going quick here. They got two kind of committed towards the ball. It's going to leave Watermaster all by himself, and he's not quite able to get it. Lucas taking over this game. So many assists. He's got 4 assists. It's very impressive. I'd love to see the coordination from the Eagles. They're really a proper unit here.
Oh, a miss on that shot. Now an opportunity to go in for the clear for Osan. Demo, that goal's left open though. That's dangerous, and the shot's going to be made. They're trying to keep it away from the goal. Now we have 34 seconds left. Dominating 6-2 scoreline in favor of Edgren. Watermaster now tries to go in, and that's going to be another goal for Edgren.
Easy for Ethan. He's got 4 goals this game. Really the striker for Edgren.
Oh, that was dirty right there.
It out. Nice fake, but luckily the rest of his team is there and not going to let it go too far. But 15 seconds left. Maybe they've got another chance to kind of show what they're made of. But Edgren also wants to show what they're made of too. An 8th now on the board for them. It's looking like this one's going to go their way here. Asian Dan misses the kickoff. But 5 seconds left. Just looking for a little exclamation point to this one. Lucas is going to float it up, but just hits the ground, and Edgren's going to win it.
Yeah, I also think one reason why it just kind of scaled out control at the very end is that you saw for a good amount of those final few minutes, Osan kind of had a dedicated goalie, and while that seems like it would be a good way to stop the ball from going into the goal, what you're really giving up is one person moving up on field to contest with the other players. You're always going to kind of guarantee yourself, if you're facing opponents that can rotate, a 2-on-3 disadvantage if you leave your goalie. So it can be hard to just kind of get that coordination down, those rotations. It doesn't come easily, but you can definitely tell Edgren had prepared for their game the way they were pulling off some of those air dribbles and even a musty here.
I wouldn't even say that was a game that was decided by, Osan not performing or something. It was definitely, Edgren were real ready. They hit, it was either 2 or 3 times that like a set play where they float the aerial, and another one hits it and it pinches it towards the goal. And just that kind of stuff is very high level coordination. And seeing that kind of stuff, I'm not surprised that it was a 4-0 kind of sweep the way it was. They were ready coming into this one.
Well, that does it for our Rocket League game, but as I said, we got 2 games for you. We're going to take a short break and then get right back to our Valorant match coming up here on our DoDEA eSports specific broadcast brought to you by the USO. Don't go away.
We're with Liam after his 4th military move. When being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. Thanks to your donations, we're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Osan now trying to find some sort of way to get there clear. Moves on in, blocked by Lucas. They've gotten it too mid now. Ethan will get a touch on it. Now low, coming in hot. Ed, great shot on goal. Welcome back to today's DoDEA eSports Pacific broadcast. We're ready to get into the second half of the matches today. We're ready to jump on into Valorant, where we've got Guam ready to face off against Humphreys. It's all brought to you by the USO, and since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO is always by their side. We're ready to get this started. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Zach Munson, ready to go into our Valorant match, and the word has come through from the powers that be that Bind will be the map of choice.
The powers that be also told me it's, just a best of one, so really you gotta focus up, because a lot of the time, the best of three stuff, you can be like, okay, we'll let this one slide, go to next, but there's no antics this time. You gotta lock in, and there's no better stage to do that on than Bind, the classic.
It certainly is a classic, and it was a classic that sent a message. It was like, it was Riot Games really saying, we're not going to abide by some of the conventional rules that other tactical shooters have set up. Like, you always have to have a mid. You just have to have it, and said, no, you don't have to have a mid. And you know what? And on another stage, we'll throw in the third side. We're going to do what we want. And it really changes the dynamic of the game. You have to choose either A or B, and you have two routes to go there. But Bind does make up for the lack of mid with that little bit of unpredictability that the teleporters bring in.
Teleporters are fun. I love to see when teams utilize them with different compositions, like the deadlock might net through the teleporter, things like that. I think it just adds a whole layer of extra fun, and tactical kind of element that most other maps and just other games don't really offer. And I'm excited to see how people use that in this game, and just hopefully we got a nice close one here. It's always fun to watch a close Valorant game. All
right, let's take a look at what these teams are fancying for in their pick. We already got, from Humphreys, we already got a Gecko on the board. Brim and Omen, definitely no strangers to Bind, and not really a surprise that we'll see Jet. Actually, it is kind of a surprise that we'll see Jet, since Bind isn't traditionally her stronghold. Normally we see what Guam is bringing out here, they're bringing out the Rays. I do like that name, though, Ultimate Bad Aim.
He's got an excuse just in case anything goes wrong. Guam actually a bit of an unorthodox comp here. You don't really see the Sova or really the Reyna just in general on Bind. It's normally you kind of opt for a Sentinel of some sort, and it'll be interesting to see how they use that. I don't necessarily think Sova or Reyna are bad per se. I think if you're feeling it, that Reyna is always a threat. So we're gonna have to see how this goes.
Off we go into what is the only Valorant game. It's a one and done. We're going to have one winner and one loser by the time it's all said and done here on Bind. I do have to wonder, though, if Guam, I do think, though, that Raze, she's just such a good pick for clearing out these tight areas here. The only thing that, but Humphreys also, you got to say, they actually have a Sentinel, which is not something to count out.
They're the side you want to be with that Sentinel starting, too. You can really run up the score on defense. However, Guam definitely has a better attack side, so we're going to have to see how those kind of even out, right? The stronger defense into the stronger offense. And it looks like that stronger defense could be tested all in the first round here, with kind of positioned outside this B site.
Off we go with Mew holding down the hookah sideline right now. Going to get the paranoia tossed onto him. Still keeps, nice flick over, but he only gets one body shot, as Six is going to get the first blood of the round. Humphreys already finding themselves on the back foot as Guam moves in.
Running in quickly, 4v4. Jay's holding it down a little bit, gets the right click onto Ultimate Bad Aim, who has now been isolated a bit. His teammates finally able to make a bit of space out. Jay's gonna get one more, but now he's all by himself. They don't know he's in the tube, but Hefty does, and he's gonna claim that one. A nice 0-1 lead for Guam coming off that pistol round. The attack side showing its benefits, and Hefty on the Reyna as well, kind of performing already.
Now as we're ready to head into round two, a question of what Guam wants to purchase up to. This is that they're holding back just a little bit on what they want to bring to the table. Still finding themselves, there we go. was going to say, would have been a little concerned if they just stayed on the Ghost. But nope, Spectre, very standard purchase-up weapon for the second round.
Not surprising to see that one come out, especially on a map that lends itself to these close angles in a way that Bind does. They're going to try and kind of push down Hookah early, and Hefty's going to catch one out towards Showers. Six is going to have to run this one down by himself. The shorty isn't able to claim anything, and he's going to get more. He doesn't expect Jay to be in there. Jay really taking a stand in both these rounds, but not really too much for him to do there, and Guam's going to take that bye round and that second round you're supposed to win, and they're going to do exactly that.
But now we've got an opportunity for Humphreys to go full rifles for the bonus. And we already see a good amount of Phantoms and Vandals.
Vandals.
Although it seems,
It's kind of exciting. You know, normally you just buy those Spectres, then use them on your third round, but it looks like there's at least 3 rifles here.
yeah,
so.
Guam wants to purchase up to, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of an unorthodox bonus round, but off we go. So we see an early push up through Hookah as that Cypher has not positioned himself up there. Instead, he's placed his trips right on the entryway.
Yeah, maybe a little bit facetious. It's like, oh, I'm not here. Come on, push the B site. And then when they jump in, they might get trapped here. Don't know if they're going to do that, though, with Zoro and 6 getting so much room. 4 is going to shut him down, though, and now Zoro, he has the spike, and he's all on his lonesome. He's going to have to hold this one down. TP goes towards U-Haul. He's going to get a lot of room here. I don't think he's quite expected, especially dodging that Dizzy. Duck. He doesn't know, but Zoro's only able to really hit a body shot on him. Kind of gets out relatively unscathed, but he gets 2 nice little headshots running down, and he gets a third. He even sees 2 more, but now it's all onto him and a friend, and he gets it, a 4K. Cool from Zoro there, holding down that U-Haul against 3 defenders trying to rush him down.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I thought it was done for, personally, because that initial opening fight was just a little bit shaky, but he manages to duck back, and yeah, everyone just kind of seemed to get tunnel vision against Zoro wanting to take him out, and just kind of all running in dry peak style didn't do them any favors.
Yeah, he really locked it in there. Yeah, after the first one, he's kind of thinking the same, but he activated. He knew when the lights were the brightest, he had to lock in and kind of take that one. And now the bonus converted for Guam's going to look pretty good getting into this. Their attack side is kind of showing its value. A lot of pressure towards Shower. It's going to be a pinch, and wow, already taken down, but Cookie's going to get one back quickly. Disappears into the smoke, but there's people waiting for him now. Retake, it's actually a little bit closer than you probably would have expected. A Bucky running out. It's going to be all onto him, and I think he's going to get pinched down. 0-4, but Humphrey's going to be able to buy up next round, kind of maybe get another chance to get back into this half.
Heading into round 5, Guam still yet to lose one, now has a very comfortable credit bank. Seems A has been their successful route for a long time, but they might just try B. They were able to get the first round win on it last time. And overall, there are less people situated on B, but you do have that Cypher and all of his util to deal with, pushing up through here.
He's going to really be tested now. Mew, he's holding a nice little headshot angle on top of that box. He's going to get a chance. Doesn't quite claim anything, but look at that trip. It's vertical. If someone tries to jump through straight in the middle, they're going to get caught and kind of almost put on a bungee cord. Hunter's whoa, nice satchels from Ultimate Bad Aim, who is not living up to his name. Catching that onto Mew is going to allow the rest of his team to get out, but he's shut down quickly by Fancy Duck. And now the rest of Guam is sitting in Hookah, and 4 through the TP is going to try and get one onto Zoro. Quickly dashes in, and he's going to take that one down. Humphrey gets one back, and it looks convincing.
You did say that tripwire would prevent any sort of jumping through that window, but I suppose a blast pack does give that extra little bit of verticality that allowed the Rays to get over there, but fortunately for them, it really didn't transpire into any sort of meaningful plan. To only manage to get 1 elimination off of it.
Yeah, it's kind of the gamble with that vertical trip is it's not really, you can't really shoot it out. It's not really possible to shoot it out, but you got to just try and hope that they go through perfectly to get hit by it. In that round, they didn't. Owl Drone's going to see Fancy Duck holding over here, but Brim's not exactly going to be spotted, although the smoke implies that he's in the area. Dart's going to come out and look. Alex is ready for that flank, or Six is ready for that flank, but it's going to go the way of Mew, who quickly walks out hookah fast, and now he's going to back up, realizing that the rest of the team might be hot on his heels, which they kind of are. And now Guam, really only worse for wear, haven't really gained anything now, just down one player. They're going to have to try and re-hit. They've slowed it down. Hefty wants an early fight, and he's going to get it. Fancy Duck taken down so low.
Throws the Dizzy out. Doesn't look like it really got anyone there. Reclaim it for the second time now, so third use of the Dizzy coming up. Din even things up with a shot of his own. We got a showstopper coming out as well, but Cookie and Fancy Duck are able to get a pick for each of them. Cookie now up to a double, a triple. Humphrey stays in there and has now brought this game back to 2.
Finally kind of finding their footing here, maybe with that more aggressive sort of play style. Before they were kind of playing really far back and just waiting for Guam to take it to them, but now they're getting really involved with those double flanks. Although 4 gets taken down, Mew still gets 1, and with all that information gained, the rest of the team is able to get into supportive positions, and Duck has been big in back-to-back rounds now, and 4 ults on the board for Humphreys is good for them going into these next couple rounds, round 7.
Initial peek through A short. Not going to draw anybody. In fact, sees him there with the jump peek. Doesn't fire quite yet. Yeah, trying to bait out these shots. Will get 1. And they'll just kind of disengage on that as the focus now goes to pushing through B, both routes.
Regroup now, the whole team's ready, and it's only going to be 2 from Humphreys to hold this one down. Although it's into an eco, it's not what you want to see. Mew just catches a great spray headshot right through the wall, and it's going to make things a little bit easier. But the rain has walked out now. Mew's going to get a chance to get a look at something. He's going to take down Zoro, a transfer over onto Hefty. Din's going to trade it back with the Frenzy, but now 4v2, things have evened up a bit. And 6 is going to get tested through the teleporter. He's not able to grab this spike. He wants to get it, but he's not going to get too much of a chance. Din catches one with the Frenzy on the other side, though, making things a bit more tolerable. Din might have been able to retrieve a rifle as well. It's going to make things sketchy, but with Duck getting that kill now, Din is kind of trapped out of this one, even with that nice
You have to
frag on
pull
the
off an
Cookie.
ace here.
He has to get the ace clutch, and Spike is in hookah. His back is to the wall, 15 seconds. He seems aware of the possibility someone might be close. And he might see that barrel soon.
10 seconds.
Not quite, but he gets a look onto 4, but 4 is going to take him down. And Humphreys now 3 straight. Guam, it looked like they were a little staggered on their purchase as well. They're going to have to save maybe on this one again. Humphreys right back into it.
Well, one of their players is able to purchase a Phantom, but yeah, that's what I'm concerned of. If they're just going for everything they can buy every single time, then they're going to consistently get caught with awkward half purchases that could put them at a disadvantage every single round.
Another thing to note is that Humphreys hasn't used any ults. They won that round without using any ultimates, and now they're in a really good position. It does look like Guam did purchase up this round, but if all those ults are committed and Humphreys gets this round, they're going to be back on another save. Din clears out a decent amount of room with the Trailblazer, and Seekers are going to be committed as well to try and find some information. But actually, it looks like 4 might have crept around.
Oh, get out of there!
Big does a lot of damage. Guam is battered and beaten, moving over to try and get something back over U-Haul. Their team's split now. 4 is going to get a good look. 6 as well is going to try and get something. It's all up to Din pretty much on this angle. He's going to get 1 back. 6 1v2, but he's trapped in. They know where he is.
He doesn't really have any util to use. He has the dart now coming in on cooldown. Throws it out. We'll see if he can get. He gets 1. Doesn't go for the wallbane. Instead, heads on back into U-Haul. Finds it. Really nice spray there. Some luck on the spray. We'll bring it back to a 1-1 now. This is very doable for him, but he doesn't have any util. It has to be a dry peek, and he'll very sneakily move into the teleporter and be able to at least get the spike planted for those extra credits.
Timing could not have been better. What a good isolation of that fight as well. 6, it's going to be up to him. Planting into 2, and he just spins and one taps. An early look catches Jay off guard, and why would you expect such a aggressive peek there? 6 is ready, and he's prepared. He's going to take that, and that's the round that Guam really needed to win. Humphreys committed 3 ults onto that round, and they didn't get it. That's what you want to see if you're Guam there. It's a good look, and now they're back in the driver's seat for this one. Slipping a little, but they're firmly back in control.
Moving on into round 9, we're nearing the halfway mark. Guam going for a split push on B again.
Ooh.
Last round win has enabled them to get all rifles for this round, but that isn't a good start as bad aim is eliminated. And the location gets revealed as well thanks to the neural theft used right after that first blood.
Jay gets another. These early kills are just not going their way. The attempt to hit the TP, but 4 is already here. Dash is primed and ready. He's going to get a nice little look, taken down quite low, but he's not backing off quite yet. Playing it perfectly, just the right amount of passiveness. He gets a chance at the first. 6, the winner of last round, is going to not quite be able to do it again, and Din is going to claim 4, but it is a 1v4 now. And the bomb, I didn't even realize the whole time this spike is not even in his possession. He has 30 seconds to make his decision of how he wants to get back into this one.
I don't know if he even can. He's so far away. Was initially, yeah, he seems just to be so trepidatious about it. He's burning off too much time.
Another thing to note is, look at the bottom right, he only has 200 credits. If he loses this one, he's not going to have much money, although 6 won the last round. All the rest of his teammates weren't able to get anything. Din's going to go for a peek. He's being held, though, and duck. Quick headshot. Nice crosshair placement. And Humphreys taking that one back is going to leave Guam on an unfortunate bye. They're not going to have much money.
You see, 6 might have to buy for a teammate. He has 4150, so he has enough to purchase a rifle for himself, but it's a question of if the team is just going to go for coordinate on the save.
Doesn't look like it. 6 buys fully, 100 credits now. A bit of a staggered purchase. It's never really what you want to see on your team, but they're quick into hookah. I don't think Brim expects this. 2 are past his molly, but they're ready enough. Cookie catches Hefty with that Bucky. Isn't really able to get too much value. 6 sees pretty much everything with that owl drone, but he doesn't like what he sees. He doesn't want to push much further. Wingman taken down, and as well as 4 getting taken down. Trades going both ways is going to lend this to a 3v3, but Plant isn't quite down yet. This isn't great. Finally, the full support of Humphreys is coming through the whole squad. Cookie peeks a bit ahead of it. It was a good dizzy, and look at the health bar on all these players. It's not much to write home about. 6 is going to have to get this one through a timing. He's going to get his timing right now, but Cookie's going to get 2. He gets a shot at it. 6 gets the first and the second and the third, but it's all a little too late.
Oh.
5.
I mean, he wins, and it seems like he's very confident about that win, but I don't know. That spray seemed just a little bit suspect. He did not take his finger off the trigger for that entire engagement. And judging how wide that Vandal spray can be, it worked out for him this time, but yeah, there was a lot of, notice here, no stopping on it. Well, okay, a little, he manages to eke away with it, but still.
Played that well, but I mean, still the round not going their way, and the economy is Honestly, not the worst since he lives. He's not staggered from the rest of his team anymore. He's going to note that trip. He didn't actually see the Cypher. Mew creeps in through his cage, and he's going to get one. Not able to get out, though. He's going to get claimed, but with Hefty being taken down by Jay, Guam is going to kind of raise the white flag on the B site and kind of dip towards A, but look who's here again. 4 has not been keen to rotate. Oh. Good timing peek. He isn't able to claim it quite fast, but 6 is caught out. Unable to do anything. 0's TP into heaven isn't going to get too much. It's going to be noted, and it's still, once again, an unfortunate situation for Guam to be in here. 0 might get caught. Not quite. He's able to escape, and with Din claiming 4, it isn't too bad anymore. Seeker's on the way. Ooh, nice peek from Din as well onto Duck. Seeker's kind of being a bit of a bait and switch for the real peek behind. Blinding Lights being traded, but Sky battle goes the way of Jay. Din getting taken down. They know where 0 is. They saw him TP there earlier. And he's being held. Ooh, what a peek from Zoro. But Cookie's going to take it right back. Really could have gone either way there. These rounds are close. I thought Guam was out of it in that 3v5, but they're able to kind of get it back, but not enough. Humphreys, 6-5, coming into this half, 0-4, by the way.
Well, things started out pretty decisively for Guam, and then the minute they started running into maybe one round taken away from them, it kind of all the buys that they tried to force every single round just led to consistent losses for them. And now Humphreys, for the first time in this game, finds himself up 1. Could have a chance to make this a little bit more comfortable 7-5 lead before it's their turn to attack.
Guam again on that tried and true B push, although it might not be true anymore. Mew is holding it down. Trip's going to finally get claimed, but Mew is not going to let this one slide. He's in Hookah, and he's taking an early fight. It's gonna go the way, at least on the ultimate. Bad aim. Fancy Duck, quick shot through the smoke. Cookie's just gonna swing it. With Reyna being hit, I don't know if they know she's kind of crept the net here. She's in elbow. She might get a nice look. 4 is ready for it, though. The rest of the team not really on the same page as Hefty. Hefty's gonna have to really perform and at least get 1 or 2 or get a flank or something here. He's been left out to dry. But the rest of the team gets a nice pathway onto A side. Hefty gets 1 and almost able to escape, but he thinks that there's only 1 on site. But Cookie gets his. But look to the TP is the rest of the team. They're back now, and Cookie has to fall off. Orbital Strike being used. Forces an isolation, though. Sova's by himself on front site. Oh, he's going to take the first, though. But whoa! Oh. Luckily, Zoro is there on the trader. That could have got out of hand to 6-6 half. Not what I expected after those first 4 rounds, but Humphreys has got to be happy with how they were able to claw back into this one.
Question is, though, now we go into the half of the game where both the teams' composition, the side they've been saddled with doesn't necessarily fit their loadout. Obviously, harder to use a Cypher to his full potential on attack, and we were talking about how heavy-handed Guam's, they don't even have a Sentinel here to use for their defense.
They're going to want this pistol round for sure. Guam, if they're able to get 2 out, it might give them a little bit of a leg up. Even coming into the half where they're not as set up, but this is how they're going to use their attack-sided comp. As you can see, Zoro has a flash in his hand set up. Early information as well gained from bad aim. But the information actually ends up costing him his life. Mew is getting an entry on the Cypher. That's how they choose to use him on attack. And the rest of the team floods in with Wingman getting a plant. It's going to be a retake.
Ooh. Gonna try to flush out U-Haul. Not quite finding any sort of a good sideline there. We'll stick in that corner. Just try to move under the cover to take out this Jet. Lands 1 shot, but not enough. The right click from 4 will win the day. Although look at 6 and Hefty doing work here right out on the point itself. Guam heads their way toward that pistol round that you said they needed.
It's a great look. 6, of course, with that Sheriff. That's one of those confidence buys that when it works, it really works. And there's a couple agents where it's actually a decent idea on. Sova's one of them. His utility, not the most useful. I mean, the shock darts, of course, are useful on pistol round, but He's always one of those characters where if you buy a Sheriff, you know, the possibility of shooting through walls with that ping, he lives up to it. He's been a standout performer so far in this game, and he's glad he's able to keep it up here on this second half. 6-7, they're going to want this round for sure. So probably going to not try and get too aggressive and give anything away that they shouldn't. Ooh.
Peek out around from Hookah, can't land the headshot, and now is facing serious pressure, although it looks like Mew got caught up in the paint shells that were thrown out from Guam.
He escapes into the teleporter, but no one's really going to try and meet him in there.
Man's the wrong way, too. So he can't even teleport. He's not really escaping so much as hiding.
Yeah, maybe waiting for someone to try and go through from the A site, but A site's kind of just being yielded, at least for the time being, from Guam. Only person there is Bad Aim. He's going to probably let those paint shells, actually use them earlier, so no paint shells to send on to the plant. And now it's a 5v5. That's always a sketchy situation, especially on a second round. It can kind of make things go the way that they probably shouldn't, especially in these close angles. 6 great damage. He's done so much to these Humphreys players.
Oh,
Kills finally being traded, the first of the round at this late. Back and forth yet again. Bad Aim's finally going to make things a little lopsided from the side of Guam. 6 wants to get on this. Nice shot through the box, and he's going to get another one fully blinded onto Jay. 6 again. With this Guardian, a good play is going to get them the round that they should be winning, and those 2 rounds might be the difference, especially moving into these rifle rounds. I wouldn't be surprised to see their defense maybe fall off a little bit.
this is the crucial bonus round where Humphreys has the opportunity, if they played it right during the second round, to get full rifles, have a gun advantage against Guam.
Six has decided that Hookah is his domain. He's going to be playing here, and it's going to be up to Humphreys to try and move him from his spot. Early jump kick is risky. No one expects it, though. He only actually sees one, although Dart sees more. Dog's on the way, and he's going to try and get out of here. Zoro's ready in support, but Humphreys a little bit scared by what they see here. Flash is going to come through. They're not quite dissuaded from this B site yet. 4 is going to catch one onto Zoro, and now things look a little sketchy. Ooh. Cookie gets his full blinded, maybe taking a page out of 6's book. And finally, Plant's able to come through in a 5v3, an advantageous position.
Time's ticking down. Humphreys has a great post-plant set up as Guam is down players, and their Sky is just barely holding on. A nice wallbang from Hefty, but time is really starting to tick now. They gotta move in. Gonna move in through the smoke, see the jet, and not be able to flick fast enough. 4 and Mew, and then Jay will close it out. Bring this back to a 1-round game. Pretty good so far. This has been really competitive.
I even see some really cool teamwork there. That retake, it really could have gone the way of Guam. They had Bad Aim set up. He satcheled in off the back of the dog, who got a stun onto 4, but 4 a little bit quicker, anticipating maybe a push like that. He puts out the cloud burst and is able to bring it back, but it was a really good look, especially in a 5v3. They made it competitive. And now finally they decide to change it up towards the A, and after going B so many times, look at Guam. They all set up outside B, and now they're maybe a bit of a conga line through spawn, trying to get back to help out Bad Aim here. Plants down about as fast as you could ask for. Bad Aim sprayed through this. Oh, and man, Humphreys, they set up instantly on this point, and they don't let anything go the way of Guam whatsoever. Jay, 3 kills, looking for a 4th. It's all up to Din with only a pistol and spawn. He's gonna get ran down here in a second. Not much he can really do here. Mew, not able to get the kill. It's gonna go to 4 instead. And now we're evened up 8-8. Just as you thought might have happened. Look at the money in Mew's bank account, too. He's rich.
Yeah, 61. He's gonna get, yeah, I mean, he's already has everything he could possibly want, doesn't even spend anything, so even if Humphreys loses this next round, they'll be able to just run it all back in terms of weapons for a good number of rounds here going out. Makes this next round for Guam really tricky because should they lose here, it's gonna really put them into a position where, yeah, they're already in a position where they can't purchase fully. Ultimate bad aim is on the Marshal instead. As we start things off with a Thrash, checking out that corner, and Hookah doesn't get anything there, so it's going to check all of it. And it's in a good position to just retake it and use it again.
Gets a nice amount of space, but it was a really good paranoia out to block it from getting more fights coming early, a lot earlier than you normally see on these Hookah angles, and they're going to go the way of Guam. Hunter's Fury now being committed to maybe try and get a bit more. I don't think it was able to tag him. It looked like it was on, but just a bit too far away. They found a bit of solace in the A site. It's open, but they don't know quite that it's open. They're going to try and get this plant down. Wingman's going in, risk-free as they take up forward positions on the site, but look at this pinch. They've got players coming at them from every angle here. 6, quick dart. Hiding in the smoke is Cookie, who gets a nice angle on Ultimate Bad Aim. He gets a second chance onto 6, who's only 17 HP. Dizzy coming through. Cookie gets one onto Din. What a good shot. He's really playing this well, and Duck's ready for the flank. It's just onto 6, and here comes Thrash. That's going to catch him in.
Yeah.
Sprinting in is Cookie, looking for another, and oh, the knife.
Oh, he has to go for the knife, too.
You always got to go for the knife there. Wow. Humphreys is getting a lot of these rounds that just look kind of impossible. I mean, it's a 2v4, but since the site's so open, no one's really ready for the pivot. They get a nice chance to get into forward positions and take those early fights that go their way.
Guam has to go on to an economy round. They're being pretty disciplined about it, however. None of them going for a full rifle. 6 bringing out a Judge, which always brings some interesting possibilities. But I have to wonder where he's positioned. He's positioned himself in Hookah. I can see a Judge being used there, but we also see a lot of really successful U-Haul holds with the Judge as well.
Good on this map for sure, but he picks the wrong angle. Look how fast they're getting this plant down on this site. Paint shell's not being used to stop the plant. Is going to let Wingman do his job in record time. Maybe he gets some days off now. 4, especially with that collection onto Den. And Mew getting one back as well is going to leave this into such a difficult position. Jay gets one Ultimate Bad Aim, and the Neural Theft has revealed that both are here. Hefty gets a chance, but Wingman, man, the MVP of this round. Judge finally gets the claim 1, but Humphreys gets that round, and with how fast they were able to get that plant down, it's not surprising at all. Some days off now, 4, especially with that collection on the Den. Here's the flank. Fancy Duck runs in, and that Neural Theft providing so much value, they know that they don't need to watch anything else. Look at Wingman. He finally, that's the only time Wingman has ever stunned a player ever in the history of Valorant. Normally it misses, but finally gets it today. And Guam now are able to purchase up again, and it looks like they've got the right site read finally.
Oh, Zoro manages to get the first blood. Nice headshot, followed up by Bad Aim, having anything but with another nice headshot. Gets Guam up to a nice early lead.
This shower battle means a lot, and since it goes the way of Mew, it makes things a lot more difficult for Guam. Actually, take it back. In the 3 seconds it took me to say that, Guam got all the kills, and they're going to clean this one up. 6 gets the defuse, 1 closer to that Hunter's Fury. And one thing you just have to note is it seems like Guam is just really wanting to play these retakes. They let that plant come down so fast, and they just kind of regroup backside. And when it works, it really, really works. And when it doesn't, it really, really doesn't. But that round, they're going to claim it. Finally getting a bit back into this economy game as well.
Now we only have 1 round separating these 2 teams, and Guam coming in with not only some Vandals they can purchase, some rifles they can purchase, but a whole lot of ultimates too. And they're going, Humphreys going for a very quick push up A short. Not hesitating too much. They got the smokes down. The spike will go down soon as well. Nice initiative. I like seeing that from Humphreys.
Once again, they're so quick. Spike down in 20 seconds. Guam, they're ready. They have a flank set up, but it doesn't really matter when they're up so quick. Zoro lucky to be able to trade that one back into the judge. And 3 people actually committed to fighting this flank. They've kind of left this poor Gecko all by his lonesome. He's going to have to hold strong, but Zoro doesn't let him. Duck claims that, and with Hefty onto another. Now the retake is really in full force. How has Hefty managed to get so many? I saw 3 people watching flank on the map, and now Cookie's kind of locked out of this one. But no, it's not locked out. Double strike. Can he stick it? He can't. He can't stick it. And the time is not there. Cookie wins the round with an ult. Wow, and that's the benefit of getting that plant down so fast is by the time that Guam's really ready to retake there, it's just done.
And when you've got a composition that has stuff like a Cypher that really lends itself to a post-plant environment, getting that spike down as fast as you can kind of gets rid of that awkwardness that you initially have with such a huge, with having to push first.
It was close, but not even really super close there. Cookie with great timing manages to live long enough to get his ult off while being pressured by Hefty, but what Hefty did can't be understated either. I mean, he fought 3 people by himself on the flank through a trip. That's impressive stuff, but sadly he's not able to get the round for it. Humphreys is back to that B site push that they had favored so heavily initially, but ouch. Thrash is almost a diversion for the rest of the team to come up long, and they clear out the site. Only Sky left. Sky's going to be noted. Zoro maybe going for some antics through the teleporter. He's kind of cooked here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he used this ult to just try and maybe get to a better position. The spike at least hasn't been down yet. 4 gets 1, but instantly traded, and now the ult maybe looking like a bit of an overcommitment. Ooh, hold on, he gets a kill. With Spike not down, he has a lot of time to play into this one.
I mean, he was able to stall out the spike a good amount. He does still have his 2 smokes and one smaller teleport, quick shadow step.
It's difficult to use though. Everyone knows where he is. They're ready for him. Look at that camera too. Now spotted.
Now they know.
Though. Gets a chance, but has 6. There's the 2 archetypes on the team. 6 loves to spray, and Zoro really only loves to tap, and the tap's not able to find the head of Mew, and Humphreys gets up quite quickly, and it's looking like maybe that defense-sided comp is serving better than the attack-sided one here.
And with a weapon advantage, it looks like this could very well be the last round before we close things out.
Guam's back is to the wall. They're going to need to get this one, and they, like you said, it's only a sheriff from bad aim here. He's going to get in there, get active. Mew.
Good start. Nice neural theft. That's huge.
Yeah, that's so much info. I mean, they're just free to run in. And especially with Guam falling back as well, Mew's going to get in here. Owldron at least able to take a bit more of the space. Through the smoke, though, 4's going to find Hefty. Owldron pings Mew. Just really able to just face it down. And 5v3 now. It might be closed out soon.
Oh! Well, he managed to get a few shots onto 6, and it takes him down to low enough health that Jay can just do a bit of cleanup. Now it is all left down to Zoro to try to keep Guam in the running, but it's a big ask of him, 1v4. And he only has 1 smoke to peek in with, and not enough time. He gets 1, but they can just use their overall tempo and numbers advantage to get the win anyway. Congratulations to Humphrey for claiming the first Valorant victory of our DoDEA Pacific season. So I really think the initiative they took and how quick they planted the spike in so many of those rounds really helped them.
Yeah, I mean, they played great. That was a fun, competitive game, and it really, especially after that first half, it looked like it could have gone either way, you know? Like the defense-sided comp, managing to hold into the attack-sided comp, and then they really were, using their initiative, and they had a lot of the right reads a lot of the time with so much hookah presence over and over. they had Guam kind of scared, and they wanted to put a lot of players there, and then they would switch it up to that A site, and then, of course, Wingman is the real MVP of this match.
Of course, he's always the MVP in our hearts. That's the main takeaway for things today. Well, we hope you enjoyed seeing these two matches in the DoDEA Pacific eSports season that has just started up again. It's good to give these kids and teams an opportunity to taste some of that exciting eSports action, and with games like that were very close until the very end, I hope to see more Valorant games like that in the future. Well, we're going to leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the USO, which strengthens America's military service members by keeping them connected to family, home, and country throughout their service to the nation as a force behind the forces. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to see you next time.
Guam whatsoever. Jay, 3 kills.